Good evening again, everyone. This is our reorganization meeting. I'm calling it to order. Today is January 3rd, 2020. Welcome to the Borough of Englewood Cliffs Mayor and Council reorganization meeting. It is now 5:20 p.m. What I'd like to do is start off with the national anthem. This is something that we don't usually do here, but we were very fortunate to have our resident, Maria Coburn, arrange for Kaya Chan to come on up and sing the national anthem for us. Would everybody please stand? Thank you, Kate.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's record, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the home of God brave.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. We're very good to do that for us. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Bob, for coming down. We're also going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, as required, and as we should. And it won't sound as good as you, Kaya, but we'll do. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Oral, would you please swear me in? Oral Valari is a champion of Englewood Cliffs and one of my heroes, one of my local heroes.
Thank you.
He has served on the planning board as vice chairman for several years now, and we appreciate your service there.
Thank you, Mayor.
And I'm going to come down and get sworn in. And there's a Bible. And, so get these things right back here. This is like last time. Nick was only that tall last time.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, please raise your hand and repeat after me. I, Mario M. Kranjak,
I, Mario M. Kranjak,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state,
and to the governments established in the United States and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
impartially,
and justly perform all the duties of the office of Mayor of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs,
and justly perform all the duties of the office of the of Mayor of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Let's do a picture. Big picture. Yeah. Want to grab some pictures?
Oral? I just realized that you have to sign it too, so let's just wait up. When we get done with his photos, let's have him sign it, and then you can sign. Yeah, you can do it after too. I think you're gonna be over here. So it's administered by. Mayor, you wanna sign? Just write mayor above the title.
Add it to the bottom of the file, please.
Sure. Either one, it doesn't matter, as long as it's in.
Aren't those lights great?
Thank you, Mayor, for swearing me in.
You're very welcome. Victoria, you want to stand here? Or, yeah, you hold it. You put your left hand on it, raise your right hand. And I'll do it this way to show you. Please repeat after me. I, William Wu,
I, William Wu,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of Councilman of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs,
all the duties of the office of Councilman of the Borough of Englewood Cliffs,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bill, why don't you move that mic?
Please repeat after me. I, Ramon Farrow,
I, Ramon Pedro,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will
that I will
support the
support the
Constitution
Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear
that I will bear
true faith
true faith
and
and
allegiance
allegiance
to the
to
same
the same
and to the government
and to the government
established
established
in the
in
United
the United
States
States
and this state,
and this state,
under the authority of the
under
people.
the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office of councilman
all the duties of the office of councilman
of the Borough of Englewood
of
Cliffs,
the Borough of Englewood Cliffs,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. Madam Clerk, could we please have a roll call?
Mayor Kranjak,
Here.
Councilpersons Wu,
Here.
Sung,
Here.
Sabari, Farrow,
Here.
Aversa,
Here.
Poe, here, Municipal Clerk. Everyone's present, Mayor.
Madam Clerk, would you please read into the record the Open Public Meetings Act statement?
Adequate notice of this meeting was given to the press and posted as required. Date and time of this meeting was legally given as required by the Open Public Meetings Act. This notice is on file with the municipal clerk and posted on the bulletin board. Minutes of this meeting will be made available to the public upon the completion of typing and proofreading by the municipal clerk.
Thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Borough of Englewood Cliffs 2020 Reorganization Meeting, and Happy New Year. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and thank you, K.F. Chan, for that beautiful rendition of our national anthem. We love our country, we love our flag, and we love your singing. So you're always welcome to come back. Thank you. I am so proud to be standing here before you as your re-elected mayor. There are so many people to thank, and so please permit me to do just that. I thank my wife Nancy for being thoughtful and kind-hearted to everyone. She has been and will continue to be a great and glamorous First Lady of Englewood Cliffs. I thank my children, Mario, Adriana, and Nicholas, for their advice, including for me to watch Parks and Recreation and Veep, to better understand a political world that spins in a much different axis than my personal, corporate, and venture capital worlds. So thank you. I thank my parents and sisters as well, who are always full of encouragement. I also thank the following people for the successful election campaign that brings me here again. My running mates, William Wu and Ramon Farrow. And even more importantly, their wives, Catherine and Liddy. It's a big sacrifice and we appreciate it. Mark Park, Lauren Eastwood, Russ Perino, Mary O'Shea, Donald Yee, and Carol McMorrow for their tireless efforts, creativity, and ability to make sure the truth reaches every resident in our community. I'd like to thank Maria and Oral Valari for always being great advisors, and also for Oral serving on the planning board as vice chairman and for swearing me in this evening. Thank you. Thanking Kinga and Andy Zemecki for being wonderful advisors and for delivering their very special brand of humor. In those situations where you can either laugh or cry, we laugh. Penny Rizzulli and Susan Consalvo for your support in what was an extremely difficult year for both of you. There are two people who we lost last year that were great supporters and full of great advice. We will forever miss former Councilman Nunzio Consalvo and Charlie Rizzulli. May they rest in peace and may their memories be eternal. And a very special happy birthday wish today to Susan. I'd like to thank William Maloney, Dr. Joseph, and Patricia Casada, who never failed to deliver words of encouragement for good government and more. And I thank Maria Coburn for arranging Kaya to sing our national anthem, and for always being available to host great parties at your house.
My hobby.
It's a good hobby to have. Finally, and in abundant gratitude, I thank the relatively silent majority of our citizens who elected me. I say relative silent majority because this group of people found their own voice last year, and they roared. Indeed, they roared. They knew when they were being marginalized by their own elected officials and their advisors. And this group of citizens emerged as an intrepid force to tell our council, their political handlers, their attorneys, what I call the suspect fair housing zealots, Normandy developers, represented by the gentleman in the corner who never misses one of our meetings, the Star-Ledger, and the Bergen Record editors and editorial boards, as well as our courts, that they have had enough. They have had enough and are fed up with how the New Jersey legislature's 40-year failure to reform the affordable housing scheme has resulted in courts creating political cover for what amounts to be the great New Jersey land and vote grab. Affordable housing is by far the biggest issue we face. It's one where our property values get redistributed to developers and the Fair Share Housing Coalition, while our politicians in the New Jersey legislature, including our very own Senator Loretta Weinberg, Assemblyman Gordon Johnson, and Assemblywoman Valerie Huddle, seek political capital. The silent majority has spoken in Englewood Cliffs, and now we have seen others throughout the state finally mount challenges to this unconstitutional taking of their property. Thank you again for roaring, and keep doing so until the legislature and courts get it right. I'll come back to this later, as it is the most important issue we face now that the police department has competent and honest leadership. Thanks to self-interested politicians from both parties, including the aforementioned Weinberg, Johnson, and Huddle, and our governor, and every Republican and Democratic governor since 1976, the interests of hardworking homeowners in New Jersey are not being protected. Today, the Supreme Court of New Jersey, and now county courts, have become the state's master land use planners. And there's more. As you could expect, an entire cottage industry of attorneys and corporate land use planners has sprung up to pretend they are actually trying to solve an affordable housing problem. Here's how much the affordable housing game has cost us since 2017. $2.5 million. And here's how we got there. Albert Wunsch, who had no housing experience, or affordable housing experience prior, was hired by this council last year as their gatekeeper. I say gatekeeper, that is to keep all information away from Councilman Wu and me. That has cost the town $135,000. Next, the court-appointed special master cost the borough $240,984. And she has done the bidding of the developer and Fair Share Housing Council at every turn, at the expense of our residents. You should all be angry. Our million-dollar man is Jeffrey Serenian, the so-called affordable housing law expert who excluded Councilman Wu and me through all of 2019, and who even managed to convince the judge that the settlement MOU would be signed by the subcommittee rather than the borough, so as to avoid a proper council meeting. Mr. Serenian has cost the borough $1,059,000. $904,000 has been spent on Tom Troutner and his firm, Chiesa. These are our affordable housing litigators, who also excluded Councilman Wu and me through all of 2019. Now, they didn't just do that on their own. They were told to do that by the other people on this council. Come on in. You come. There's a seat up here for you. Yeah. It's not a reorg until we have a baby at it.
Oh, so cute.
Welcome. Bob Powers, our affordable housing financial planner, cost us $166,000. His work included the breathtaking assumption that occupants of one-bedroom units would have no children, so that the town's count of school-age children would be kept at a phony minimum. He tried to sell that to you, and he saw right through it. The grand total, as I mentioned, without our land use planners' fees, since they were not provided to me, is $2,500,000. These costs will only continue to rise unless the New Jersey legislature acts to pass the pending assembly bill to place a moratorium on affordable housing litigations until it creates a fair and equitable resolution to the problem. If you look at the number of affordable housing units that we have to build in New Jersey, we wouldn't have enough people to live in them. That's how crazy this has gotten. That's how disingenuous and dishonest this process has become. It should not be lost on you that the reason why housing is unaffordable in New Jersey, and why New Jersey has the absolute highest property taxes in the country, is because for far too long, governors, especially this one, legislators and judges, have looked at our tax-paying citizens as an unlimited resource that they can be taxed without consequence. Keep roaring. Make sure they hear you. As I mentioned, to make these expenses even worse, the Borough Council majority, with the acquiescence of the administrator, have made it impossible for Councilman Wu and me to participate in the affordable housing matter since they took control 1 year ago. By the way, the judge in our affordable housing trial knows that I am not being provided with the information because I petitioned her to order access to the information, and she denied me. Why should the mayor have this information? I will deal with the ethical lapses by once Serenian, Marinello, and Troutner, and I heard you're all dealing with Sabari, and Aversa on your own. Good for you. 4 years ago, I mentioned to you the advice given to me by a good friend in national politics. He told me, Mario, you have to do 4 things: listen, learn, help, and lead. I have listened to the issues that our citizens want addressed. Issues such as improved playing fields, improved parks, improved recreation programs, lights on at least one playing field, the outcome of shoddy storm drainage engineering, unpaved roads, parking issues, traffic jams on 9W, and deplorable and well-documented behavior by certain borough employees. While I can pursue solutions, and I have, I need the council to approve solutions, and all too often, your council, your elected officials, have simply put their politics ahead of our children's and our residents' interests, to block punishing corrupt employees, to block better playing fields, to block lights on a playing field, to block better recreation programs, and to forgive their political backers from negligent engineering work. The list goes on. Yes, we have all seen a lot over the past 4 years that we don't like. I will continue to try to get all those improvements done, and I'll lead the way in doing so. The day after I won my first election 4 years ago, a reporter called me and asked me if I was going to fire everyone at Borough Hall and the other departments. You can guess which ones. I said, of course not. I would never do that. Because everyone should have a fair chance to continue in their positions. And all I expected was that people come to work, they do their jobs to the best of their abilities, that they take all politics out of the performance of their jobs, and that they work with me. Pretty simple, right? Not too difficult. Indeed, my motto has been, I will work with anyone who will work with me as a fiduciary of this town. As the oath of office I just took. They took the same oath, by the way. As time passed, it was clear to me that there was a not my mayor undercurrent with some employees, some of whom are now former employees. They did it to themselves. So tonight, I demand that this council majority, for once and for all, leave our borough employees out of politics and let them do their jobs. Ed, Gloria, Debbie, I'm speaking to you. Is that a faint head shake? Now, I realize that some of the items I've mentioned are uncomfortable for some people to listen to. However, you elected me to tell you what is going on. I am doing so, as well as saying the things that many of you have had on your minds for years. In Englewood Cliffs, and indeed in New Jersey, the silent majority suffers every day at the hands of the political class and its affiliates. We can do better. As mayor, I will continue leading, but leading requires changes. So I am asking the council for resolutions to accomplish the following for once and for all, to eliminate the political corruption that has very strong roots in Englewood Cliffs. First, we need to eliminate the Affordable Housing Subcommittee. As last spring, it tried doing an unlawful deal to give away your town to a developer without a fight. You should speculate, why would they do so when the members of that committee ran election campaigns to the contrary? They said they would fight. All this happened under Councilwoman Sabari's, Councilman Aversa's, Councilwoman O's, and Councilwoman Park's direction. And they cut Councilman Wu out, and me. They cut us out of all the information and decision chains. It's difficult enough trying to lead the borough through the affordable housing quagmire, but when you have your own council members, along with their lawyers, Serenian and Wunsch, cutting backroom deals, they all need to be replaced. Every one of them. Serenian went so far as to write to the judge last April that it should be the Affordable Housing Subcommittee that enters into the settlement MOU, and not the borough. Although, and I mentioned this earlier, although the judge knew or had reason to know that Serenian's request was improper at several levels, the judge still agreed and seemed to be aware of the secretive nature of the negotiations. That is, the full borough council and mayor were excluded, which raises a whole host of other issues. Next, I need a motion replacing the acting borough administrator with someone who will work with our residents, regardless of their political affiliation. Needs to work with me and others who are not part of the political machine that put her in that position initially and again last year. Again, I will work with anyone who will work with me. Our current administrator decided not to work with me, so unless she is replaced, the borough's work simply is not going to get done. Okay? Next, the borough clerk should be suspended, as she is clearly not serving the community in an impartial manner, giving the appearance of votes that never took place in meeting minutes, political handling of open public records requests, and conspiring against the borough and elected officials, as displayed by the former police chief's illicit audio recordings. He made them himself. Note that Chaffee is still the president of the Englewood Cliffs Fire Department, and that in itself is also an untenable role for him. 4, terminating or not reappointing, as the case may be, Mark Ruderman, Joe Marinello, Albert Wunsch, Tom Troutner, and Jeffrey Serenian, as they have not served the borough properly. They neglected providing me with important and timely information, and as I mentioned, Wunsch and Serenian tried to cut backroom deals. 5th, we need to appoint new borough council. 6th, we need to appoint new affordable housing council. And 7, we need to appoint a new acting borough administrator. Believe me, there's nothing more that I would like than to have peace and harmony, and that is exactly what I strive for. However, I've often found myself having to stand up for what is right for all of us, and I will continue doing so. Thank you to our residents who are brave enough to do the same. I'm always available to hear your concerns, so feel free to reach out to me at any time. And please don't feel like you have to wait for the next public meeting to do so. Just call me in between meetings. With that, I bid you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. Wins a cute award. Sorry, you missed your dad getting sworn in. Okay, we're going to continue down the agenda. Feel free to come and go as you please, everybody. No one should have to stay here if they don't have time. And we'll be having a little get-together at the Bicycle Club afterwards, so feel free to go over there as well. Except for Norman, he's attorney, you're not invited. Okay, so next, can I have a motion to open to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I know where the Cranjack shoulder were going. So, if there's anyone from the public who wishes to be heard, just raise your hand. Let me get a microphone for you, and then just come up as I call you. I think maybe it'll work best if we just get
Thank you.
Okay. Did anyone want to speak? Yes. I would have handed you the microphone.
That's okay.
Just take it out, Mary.
Let's get up and stretch.
I'm Mary O'Shea, 12 Irving Avenue. I'd like to congratulate Mayor Kranjak on his re-election. Look forward to 4 more years. Wonderful. I'd like to congratulate William Wu on his re-election, another 3 years. And Ramon, it's great to see you back again, and another 3 years for you. Wonderful. And I'm sure you both will give a lot of insight to the council and to the meetings under the mayor's leadership. Thank you for serving.
Thank you.
Lauren Eastwood, 4 Willow Drive. Congratulations, Mayor, Councilman Wu, and Councilman Farrow. To the rest of you. The voters have spoken, and they spoke very loudly. In addition, the petitioners have spoken, and they spoke very loudly. The voters have said, and the petitioners have said, who they want to represent them. And I expect each of you to respect the voters' wishes, and to ensure that the mayor, Councilman Wu, and Councilman Farrow receive everything that you receive at the same time you receive it. I also expect everything that has been withheld from them to be provided to them. You have no right to disenfranchise me by withholding information from the candidates of my choice and the candidates of this community's choice. You're violating my civil rights when you do that. And maybe Mr. Marinello ought to explain Section 1983 to you and what the ramifications of that are, because there are circumstances where your immunity can be penetrated.
Yes.
Good evening. Congratulations to the candidates who were successful and to those who weren't as well. It was a hard-fought campaign on all sides. Russell Perino, 220 Fairview Avenue. I was looking at speeches given by individuals in the past, and I came across just the beginning of a speech by Abraham Lincoln in 1858. And the first sentence reads, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." And he was speaking more about the slavery issue at that time, but I bring it back to the Borough of Angle Cliffs and where we are tonight. I think the events of the past year have made it pretty clear that this borough has not just been divided, but has been divided in such a way that it's detrimental to the residents, to the folks who serve on the council, and members of the public at large. There is a better way, and as it's a reorg meeting, I'd like to take the positive approach, and at least tonight. The affordable housing process has been misguided in the past year. I think I've spoken about this many times on many different occasions. The subcommittee that was formed did only one thing effectively. They were effective at blocking this council majority from having the information that they needed to make the decisions. That committee then, and the committee moving forward now, does not have the authority to make decisions. They're supposed to gather information, bring it to the council as a whole, and the council make decisions, whether it's in closed caucus because it's litigation, or in the public when it's time for a vote on a particular issue. It's unfathomable to me that even after what happened in June, July, and August, the status quo was continued, and I understand the mayor and the councilman Wu are still seeking information on a regular basis with regard to the affordable housing. It's against the law. And to cause the mayor to have to fight lawsuits and spend money to protect his rights and all of our rights here is incompetent's not the word. It's unacceptable. It's not acceptable. Whether you like it or not, he's the mayor, William Wu is a councilman, Mr. Farrow is a councilman as well, too. They are, along with the council majority, those that should be making the decision, not in the darkness of night amongst three people and Attorney Wunsch acting as the gatekeeper, as the mayor said. But this council as a whole should be acting together. So I'm going to implore this governing body to create a new subcommittee. Back in 2017, Carol McMorrow was the liaison. She handled this on her shoulders with me, almost alone, but with me helping her for part of 17 and all of 2018. My understanding is she brought everything back to the council on a monthly basis, kept everyone abreast of what was going on. That's the way it should work, whether it's three people or one person as a liaison. It should be the same process. It's not that complicated. So you're subverting the process by trying to keep the daily decisions and even the bigger decisions from the council as a whole. So my suggestion is, since you've got a vacancy in that committee, let's think about and talk about the right way to restructure it. I believe that already a decision has been made behind closed doors as to who you're going to fill that vacancy with. But I'm going to tell you, it's time that we start standing united. So I would suggest, Councilwoman Sabari has real estate experience. It's her business. I agree, she belongs on that subcommittee. Mayor Kranjak is the mayor of the town. He deserves to be in that subcommittee. A member from the Republican side, be it Councilman Wu or Councilman Farrow, belong on that subcommittee. I offer myself, as I have before in the past, whether a position on that subcommittee, whether it's formal or informal, I don't really care. Back a year ago, you appointed me, actually, as someone who would be attending or invited to the committee meetings. As I've said many times last year, I've been invited to 0 meetings. That's inconsistent with your own resolution. So you have to ask yourselves why. Unless it was just to retain complete control because you thought that was best. It wasn't best then. It's not best now. So I offer my services to you once again, and I hope you'll do it right this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Maria Valari, 45 Jane Drive. I'd like to congratulate the mayor, Councilman Wu, Ramon Farrow, congratulations. I want to reiterate what was said, is that the people in this town have spoken. It wasn't just Republicans that voted these people in. It was independents, and it was Democrats as well. You have to realize that we have people in this town that have lived here. I've been here 30 years. You have people who have been here 40 years. And I think people are finally realizing that we've had a Democratic control of this council and this town for so long that it's hard for those people to let go of that power. And so I think the people in our community have decided, wait a minute, things are being done behind my back, things that ultimately will hurt me tax-wise, as far as value of my house. I don't know if you all realize that in trying for the power grab and to keep that power, it's hurting the people of this town. And I think people are tired of being lied to, of being, hey, everything is okay, we've got your back covered. Unfortunately, that's not what's happened. And to have had somebody in power for almost 40 years who has done nothing for this town. Our fields were what they were, our children's activities were what they were, our schools are what they were. Nothing really was done for the community. And I think if everybody who lives in this town really sat down and thought for 2 minutes, they would come to that realization, is that things have not been done. It's always been a friend of a friend, we take care of that one, we take care of this one, and the rest of us have just been sitting back, complaining about it, and nobody really listening to us. I think the people are listening. I think the people are coming to the realization that we, as a town, need to come together. And you're elected officials, and you're supposed to be representing us, but you're supposed to be representing all of us, not just some of us. And I understand, sometimes people think that residents don't really comprehend everything that's going on, but we understand the players are big. We understand that. A lot of money involved. But you need to make a decision for us, the people who live here, who pay taxes here, and your responsibility is to protect us, not the big developers, not the big governmental people, not the little cronies. You need to represent us. And I hope that you listened at this election, because we are going to war even more if we don't see some results. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Want to congratulate everybody on a hard-fought election, and congratulate everybody else who didn't win. Tim Katrubis, 54 Hickory Street. I just had a couple of questions regarding the recall petition. I just wanted to bring a couple of things to light, and I'm kind of hoping that things will change today. Mr. Marianello, my question is for you. Did you know that the recall petition would not be valid when you signed off on it to Ms. Duffy? Yes, you did, sir.
I don't sign off on recall petitions.
But did you know? That's the question. Did you know that we couldn't make the deadline for the recall petition?
I don't know if I knew anything. You have a statute, you follow the statute.
Right, so did you follow the statute?
I don't follow the statute. You're the committee.
Right.
And you have a great smirk on your face, but apparently you can't count.
Well, I can count.
You could have counted backwards and figured out when those petitions...
Let me remind you something, Mr. Marianello. You work for me.
I don't work for you.
No, you work for the people of this town. Our taxes pay you, okay? So don't insult me, and don't tell me how to count, okay? I studied mathematics at Columbia University. I know how to count, okay? Thank you very much. So, my question to you is, did you know that we could not make the deadline?
It's not my job to decide whether you can make it.
That's not what I asked you. The question is, it's a yes or no question. Did you know that we can or cannot make the deadline?
It's not my job to tell you what the deadline is and when you have to put the petitions in, sir. You just didn't do it.
Right, Mr. Katrubis, was something represented to you that was not correct?
Absolutely, it was represented to me that it was not correct. Ms. Duffy was doing extensive research. What's so funny, Mr. Aversa? Why don't you tell me what's so funny?
Well, I don't know why you're accusing this council or the attorney.
I'm not accusing the council. I'm not accusing the council, sir. I'm accusing Mr. Marianello and Ms. Duffy. So continue.
What I don't understand is it's the job of the petitioner. I'm answering his question. It's the job of the thought before you did that. It's the job of the petitioner to know what they're presenting.
Right.
It's not our job to know.
It is also your job. It is also your job to make sure that the documents that are being prepared are correct. I'm not talking about you, sir, so why don't you just stay out of it at this point? I'm talking to Mr. Marianello and Ms. Duffy. It is their job to make sure that the petitions that we handed over were correct. And
I can guarantee you that there's nothing in the statute that says my job is to make sure...
I can guarantee you that there's case law that says that there is.
I've read the case law you cited, and you intentionally omitted the following sentences from the quote that you put in, which tells you why the case law you cited is not correct.
I don't think you read it properly, but that's okay. We'll get to that.
If you're correct,
right.
You have a remedy.
Mr.
Go file it and have it.
You were interrupted.
Do you see what's going on here, folks? I just want to explain to the public what's happening here. He's going to do whatever he wants to do. She's going to do whatever she wants to do to work against the people. And then we're going to pay our tax dollars for them to be used as weapons against us. Mr. Song, you're an attorney. You're the only attorney left up here. You should know he's not. Oh, I'm sorry. You're on the recall. I don't even count you anymore. You're totally out of it. But at this point, Mr. Song, we're going to have to start holding you. I'm sorry?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, carry on.
Right, carry on. We're going to have to start holding you accountable as well, okay? Because what's going on here, letting these people... I'm sorry, Mr. Tabari, why don't you say that a little bit louder so everybody can hear you?
The threats.
It's not a threat. It's not a threat. What threat is there? We're asking for you to work to represent us properly. We delivered documents, and they had an obligation to make sure that those documents were correct. They set us up. And then on top of that was an ethical violation, Mr. Marianello. And on top of that, hold on a second. On top of that, Ms. Duffy conspired with Mr. Aversa here and was working together to get him information, even from the very beginning. And if you think that I'm lying, folks, here's an email from everybody. I'd love to give it to all of you. Anybody that would like it, it's right here, front and back. She knew exactly what she was doing, he knew exactly what he was doing, and they all knew exactly what they were doing, and they were going to bring us to this point, and then they said, you know what, if you don't like it, sue us. Sue us, that's all. And Mr. Marion, so we're going to...
You put the date on the petition, not me.
Again, it is your responsibility to make sure...
But no, it's not. It's your responsibility.
That's where we disagree, sir. You as an attorney knew very well that...
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does matter. Yes, it does. You can't allow people people to go out there.
Yes, I didn't allow anything.
Yes, you
did
did.
it yourself.
No,
You
sir.
didn't get
No,
correct
sir. You
money,
allowed
and you
people to
blew
go
it.
out there and spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours to work tirelessly, and then for you to try to disenfranchise us. And Ms. O here thinks it's very funny. That's very kind of you. You don't like it, right? Everybody else here? Everybody, what are you doing? You're smirking, you're laughing. Everybody here thinks that it's very funny.
Can I respond to you? So you're accusing everyone up here for knowing exactly what they were doing, except for that you didn't know what you were doing. You were the petitioner.
Right.
You are the one who went to Columbia University.
That's right.
You are the one who went out and got
That's right.
the signatures.
That's
So
right.
you didn't know.
I also have a letter.
You misled the residents about signing
Are you
these
finished? Are you
petitions.
finished? I didn't mislead anybody. The borough clerk
We'll
misled
have to
everybody.
see about that,
Yes,
okay?
we will. Yes, we will.
Mr. Kudus, I just want to ask you a question. About 5 minutes ago, before you were interrupted by everybody, I asked you, had there been a misrepresentation made to you by people up here? And you said yes, and then you were interrupted. What is the
Miss Duffy,
Keeping the witness.
no.
misrepresentation?
Miss Duffy signed off and said that our petitions were compliant and we were able to circulate them. That's the misrepresentation. Okay, she gave us 160 days to do that.
They didn't want you to get that out.
They didn't want it.
They didn't want you to get that out.
Thank you, Sheriff. Can we continue?
That's all I have to say. You should all be ashamed of yourselves, really, you should be.
Absolutely not. Right, we'll get to it.
Anybody else wishing to be heard? Yes.
Lynn Norton, 9 Willow Drive. Well, welcome to 2020. Somehow it seems remarkably the same as 2019. Mr. Perino, I don't know how you could possibly expect everybody will unite. I will, but just based on your point, yes, we are looking for a united 2020, but after this start, I can't imagine it's ever going to happen. But who knows, stranger things have happened. And to those who keep saying that life was so terrible for the last 40 years, let me just say each and every one of you moved to town. I came in the 60s, so last 40 years, you know, I've been here through the whole thing. But there are very few of you here, and probably no one up on the council, who's been here as long as I have, and there is a reason you moved to town, and it was because it was a good place to live, it was a good place to raise your children, contrary to what was stated to individuals in the course of the campaign. And I think we have to appreciate it for what it was, and if you guys want to see any hope of a united town or a united council, you're going to have to start realizing that and stop blaming people. Thank you.
Anybody else wishing to be heard? Yes.
I'm just going to pick up where Mr. Katrubas left off. This is Heyman Mehta, 75 Roberts Road. I'm going to pick up where Mr. Katrubas left off. I was looking at this document. So when Mr. Katrubas submitted his application, recall petition, because I've started working on it, that's why I'm just going to narrate some facts. The first time around it was rejected, and the rejection reason was that only one recall committee was submitted the application, and it should be two. So obviously it was fixed by them, and they submitted 2 recall petitions. So at that time, they used that reason, and I forget the statute, I was looking at it, and I believe the section number is F. F states that the recall election officer, in order to answer Mr. Marino's question, or the statement which he made to Mr. Katrubas, is that upon the submission, basically, before they certify, I'm talking of the clerk, before she certifies, she has to verify that it complies with all the sections of the recall election statute, okay? So in order to answer that, whether he's stupid or not, actually, the positive duty actually is in the statute itself given to the certifying official. So if Mr. Marinello is kind enough, if you have the statute, can you give it to me? I did not bring it because I did not know, but it's an F section. Forget it, I'll try to see if I can find it on my my cell phone. I'll get it here, but right now I did not want to waste time. So essentially, Mr. Marinello is saying that we will take your fees, I will charge you guys, means the council. The council, of course, it's not, the money is not coming from any of you councilmen, it's coming from the taxpayers, right?
We are taxpayers.
I'm sorry?
We are taxpayers.
Right. Yeah, but it's not coming from pocket of the council, that's all I'm saying. It's coming from the taxpayers, which are citizens. And of course, you, whoever is living here, I presume all of you are citizens, so it's coming from the citizens' pocket, correct? So actually, the duty of the legal officer or outside this thing is to basically give the right kind of advice. If I see this correctly, she certified this petition on the 25th against Mr. Aversa, and then she's telling Mr. Marinello on August 16th. She is sending an email to Jason Bonica and Joseph Marinello, I presume that's you. And she's saying, Sabrina confirmed binding question must be submitted to county by August 27th by the borough clerk. So what she's saying is essentially is that this binding question, what is binding question? That means that all the recall signatures and everything is binding and basically here. Is it good or is it not good? So are you saying that she has complied with that F section? Number one. Number two, she certified two different petitions, one on August 16th or 15th and another one on August 25th. Knowing that on August 27th is the last date for the certification of that, recall petition. It was her job, the way she rejected the first one, that it does not comply, she should have even rejected that. That's all I have to say. So, you guys are all hiding behind law and saying, okay, you know what, you guys are stupid, you guys are fools. And so whether he came from Colombia or not doesn't really matter, because he's not a lawyer, okay? He's just a regular, ordinary citizen. And then 20 to 30 people went around the town collecting the signature. Whether they did misrepresentation or not, it's another issue. But a lot of people worked on this, and it should have been certified properly. You guys knew up front that this guy has been set up and he's gonna fail, okay? Thank you.
Ms. Duffy, your name is being bandied about by the residents, so, in terms of fair play, if you want to say something, feel free to say something.
All I'm going to say is that the recall committee's attorney contacted my office and spoke to my assistant and stated the committee wants to take back the recall petition because they know they don't have enough time to get this completed. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Yes, we have a rule that I can't bend. You could tell somebody else your question.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you go to dinner.
No, you do it.
I'm in no rush. I'll stay here until 2 in the morning. Anybody else wish to hear?
Motion to close?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so I need to go through a few items of housekeeping. The Roberts Rules of Order will remain unchanged. Hopefully we'll follow them this year. And by the way, those rules apply to committees also. All standing committees are hereby dissolved. All special committees are hereby dissolved, and that's including but not limited to the Affordable Housing Subcommittee. It's done. It's dissolved. All yearly appointments are hereby terminated.
Point of order.
Yes, sir.
I would like to make a motion.
Yes.
I would like to make a motion to have William Wood as president of the council.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Do we have a vote? The motion was to make William Wu the Borough Council President, in case you didn't hear it.
Councilperson Wu,
Yes.
Song, Savari,
No.
Farrell,
Yes.
Aversa,
No?
O,
No. I'd like to make a motion to make Gloria O. the president of council.
I second that.
So Gloria, you were president of last year,
I
2019?
believe, Mayor, there's a second.
Right, and there's a discussion. There's a discussion right now. So...
There's a second. I don't think
So
we
what
discussed
I'd like
that.
to do is ask you to list your accomplishments in 2019 as Borough Council
It's not
President.
necessary.
Call the roll.
For attorney, I like to advise...
Is it unnecessary or just non-existent?
Call for roll, call for
Call
vote.
for roll call.
Councilperson
Okay,
Wu,
so I asked, just for the record, I asked Councilwoman O, who wants to be Borough Council President for 2020, what her accomplishments as Borough Council President were for 2019. It's a very fair question. She refuses to answer. Well, he wasn't Borough Council President last year.
Mayor.
The vote's up, the
Okay, there's a
motion's
vote.
on the floor. So take the roll call, please.
Councilperson Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Farrell,
No?
Aversa,
Yes.
O,
Yes, and Mayor, I'd like to make a statement. You have stated that you want to work, okay, with both sides. And you have always stated that you work people that work with you. You have to work with everyone, Mayor,
Good.
okay?
I agree.
And
Don't sound like-
right after you say you like to work with both sides, you really want to go there?
Well, I actually do want to go there, because I always work with
You
both
go there
sides.
then.
When we, no, let me respond to that. Well, when we had the affordable housing issues, we called special meeting after special meeting after special meeting of this council, and we reported to the full council in closed session, and we got a consensus, and then we went back and we actually executed on what the council decided. Number one. Number two, Gloria, for the last 3 meetings, you all had promised me information on the affordable housing, so this is how you walk into the buzzsaw again. You haven't given me anything, even though you voted for it. So, people, this is your Borough Council President.
Okay, so can we swear her in, please?
Somebody needs to swear you in, Gloria. It's not gonna be
It
me.
won't be you. I'd like to ask the borough attorney, and the one has the Bible.
You do live in Townsville, right? There's been rumors, well, you told you.
Well, you know what, with you, Mayor, it's either your way or the highway, and I resent that.
There's 9W and Pep right out there.
I, Gloria O.
solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same,
to the same,
and to the government established
to the government established
in the United States and this state,
in the United States and this state,
on the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people.
I will faithfully,
I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of council president
perform all the duties of the office of the council president
of the Borough of Englewood Place,
of the Borough of the Englewood Cliffs,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God. Thank you.
Gloria, that's the same oath you've been taking for 6 years. I'd like to have a motion to adopt bylaws of 2018 for 2020.
So moved.
No, that's 2018. Let's try.
2020.
2019.
No, 2019. Thank you.
What did I say?
Adopt bylaws for 2019 to
It's a
2000.
very good try, Mr. Mayor.
These are the bylaws that we don't really think they're valid, but you guys can vote on it anyway. They changed them.
So moved. I made the motion already.
Second.
2019.
Councilpersons Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh.
Yes?
Okay, so, next up are appointments. So, the clerk advertised for requests for proposals, what's been represented to me as a fair and open process in accordance with NJSA 19-44A-20.4 et sec, and the public bidding laws, NJSA 4811-1 et sec. All proposals were given to the mayor and council for the recommendations, as has been represented to me. So what's been represented to me is that everything's been done in accordance with law, except I did ask the borough administrator to advertise for the borough administrator position, and she didn't do that. So that's an issue.
That's not what I said.
Did you advertise?
I said the governing body did not ask for my appeal.
Well, under NJSA 4860-5A, I am the mayor and I am the senior officer of the borough, and I directed you to do something, and you didn't do it. Okay.
Point of order, Mayor. Can I make a motion, to make, Rosemary Weber our, borough administrator?
As an acting borough administrator?
Acting borough administrator.
Any borough administrator? Is there a second to that?
Second.
Do we have a vote, please?
Yes.
He's writing it down.
Okay.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Savari,
No.
Actually, don't you have a conflict? Should you be voting on this?
Continue.
And actually, Councilman Aversa, Lizette has told me that you're her dentist, so I don't think
I've
you
never
should...
stated that.
Yeah, you did.
I've never stated that.
You've paid fees to him, and if he's voting for you, that's not
I've
proper.
never stated that.
Absolutely
think-
not an improper
Mayor?
vote because she uses him as a dentist. It's not.
Mayor, I think you should follow the Roberts rule. There's a second, and we're taking roll call. You can't have a discussion in the middle of it.
No.
Oh, you relax, Mario. You want to
Yeah, you wanna follow the
but you
rules?
want to follow by your own rules.
Well, I'm just
You're
pointing out, you're voting, you're voting, and you should be recusing.
It's my decision. I'll decide if I recuse or not.
Well, I just want the public to know that
Public
they
can know
shouldn't be
whatever they
voting.
want. Don't let them know what you want.
Let's just continue.
Pharaoh, Councilman Aversa, Rose Weber for borough administrator.
No.
And O.
No.
Okay, so there's 5 noes and 1 yes.
It's 4-2.
No, Councilman Pharaoh voted no. I wrote down.
What was your vote? Yes or no?
He definitely voted no.
Did you want Rose?
You said no.
No,
He said no.
I got,
He seconded, but he said no.
okay, I'm going to change my vote.
Can't. I went on.
Why not?
Whatever, let him change it.
I can change my vote,
It doesn't work, you can't change it, there's no new motion.
Nobody changes their votes.
All right. Compliance officer, it's the administrator. Do we need to vote on this?
You have to vote for- You're jumping all over the place, Mayor.
Yeah, we're supposed to, we're on borough attorney now.
Let's follow the grid. Let's follow the chart. You want to do borough attorney?
Yep.
Let's do borough attorney. I would, what I would do is reissue the RFQ because, clearly we can't work with Mr. Marinello. The way he treats our residents, the way he treats our council, who are not his political affiliation. He's not an independent attorney. He's paid by the borough to represent the Democratic Party.
I make the motion for Mr. Marinello to be borough attorney.
I second that.
Of course you do.
Good. Take the vote. Yes, he's the only one who responded, besides.
Well, I would do another RFQ.
Well, that's not an option right now.
Nobody wants to work here, Mayor.
Councilperson Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
Next up is auditor. I recommend that we retain the services of Scarberini. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Have a second? Councilman Wu seconded my request for Scarberini.
He made
Well,
the
you-
motion. He didn't second.
A second.
Ramon second.
Councilperson Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Savari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O.
No.
Next up is engineer. I would
I'd
recommend,
like to make the motion to,
I'm speaking. I nominate the Mazur engineering firm as engineers.
Skip the auditor.
well, we didn't
Yes,
approve of an auditor yet, Mario. Let's stay on focus here. Let's try and keep it in order so that
It
we
didn't
don't...
pass.
So I make a motion to have Wolfcoats and Ferrioli as our auditor.
And I second that motion. Roll call, please.
Roll call, please. Keep the ball rolling, people.
This is the same guy that calls everything an emergency.
Okay.
Councilperson Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
I move that, nominate Mazur Engineering as the engineer.
Second.
So you have to make the motion.
make the motion.
So moved.
Motion.
So moved.
I need a second. Second.
Councilman Farrow moved. Councilman Wu
Second.
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 Let's have a vote.
Councilperson Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Savari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O.
No.
Make a motion to make Nigley Engineering, keep them as our engineering.
I second that motion.
Councilperson Wu,
I'm fine with Neglia as a second option. Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
Nominate Rohit McCarthy as the bond counselor.
I make a motion.
Second.
Councilperson Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
I'm sorry, Savari,
No.
Aversa,
No.
O.
Abstain.
Make a motion to approve Dakotas for Fitzpatrick as bond counsel.
Second.
Councilperson Wu,
I'm sorry, one more time?
Dakotas,
Dakotas.
Dakotas, no.
Song,
Yes.
Savari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
I nominate Jason Lamparello as tax appeal attorney. A motion.
I'm making a motion.
Second.
Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Savari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O.
No.
Make a motion to approve the Troy Law Group.
I second that motion.
For tax appeal
attorney?
Yes, sorry.
Councilpersons Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
O,
Yes.
For municipal planner, I nominate Mather.
So moved.
Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O,
No.
Make a motion to make Negley Engineering a municipal planner?
I second that motion.
Councilpersons Wu,
No.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
Nominate Reliance Insurance Group for insurance risk manager.
I move. So move.
Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
For labor attorney, in light of never hearing from our existing labor attorney, Mark Ruderman, he doesn't think it's necessary to tell anything to the mayor anymore, I nominate Jason Lamparello.
So moved.
Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O.
No.
May I make a recommendation that we hold over our current labor attorney and since we still have a few negotiations going on? So 30-day holdover, we can revisit it next time.
Make a motion.
I make a motion to hold over.
We could do that, but...
Second.
Will you just tell him to keep me informed?
I will do that.
You will do that?
I will do that.
All right. Do it in writing so I can see it.
I'll leave it in writing. I'll give you my word.
Second. Well, no, do it in writing.
Well, if that's not good enough for you, then you're getting up.
I'll tell you what, I'll email him and I'll copy this first.
No, it's not nice that you can't take my word either.
You don't keep your word.
I did take your word once, and everybody gets one shot.
I'll email him
So do you.
and copy you and Councilperson.
All right.
Yes.
That's fine.
30-day holdover for Ruderman.
All in favor of that?
I'm sorry, Versa motion, Sabari second? Okay. Councilperson Wu,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
For appraisal services, I would nominate Associated Appraisal Group.
So moved.
Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
O.
Yes.
For Special Litigation Counsel, I nominate Jared Geist. G-E-I-S-T.
So moved.
Second.
G-E-I-S-T. Yeah.
That was Wu.
And Pharaoh.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O.
No.
Make a motion to make Albert Wunschler special litigation counsel?
Second.
Do you want to do them all at once? Are there more than one?
There's going to be two, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Carmine and Lamping.
So, yeah, because I amend my motion to Albert Wunsch and Carmine Lampe as special litigation counsel.
Second.
What are they working on?
I want you to work on a few things.
Okay.
Police
What few
matters,
things?
litigation with...
We have no police matters.
Yes, we do.
What are they?
Question is, there's a motion and a second.
There's a motion and a second.
Do we have a second?
So you see, people, this is what happens. This is what happens. It's all very cute, but you never get any information out of any of us. And that's why you lost your election, because everyone knows what you're all about.
I can, if you want, I can tell you, Mr. Wunsch is working on the same items that he was appointed to last year, including the affordable housing matter, and Mr. Lampe is involved in cases in which you are suing.
Right. For information that you won't give me.
Well,
Yeah.
Either way.
either way,
It's very cute, you know. Al Wunsch, being appointed, is Al Wunsch going to be representing the borough or your political party?
It doesn't matter. It's the roll call. Vote is on the floor. Just take the vote.
You all heard it. It doesn't matter. You all heard
Take the roll call, Mario.
Now you know. It doesn't matter. We're just gonna pay our friends.
It doesn't matter, take the vote, that's what doesn't matter. The roll call,
Very cute.
taken.
Very cute, and you
Councilpersons Wu,
Absolute no.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No?
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my God, that might have been the funniest moment in 4 years up here.
It's okay, Mario, good. Shame on you. Shame on you.
If it wasn't so sad, it would be funny.
Financial advisor,
I thought it was...
I would recommend Acacia. I'm not sure who we have right now.
So moved.
Do we need it?
we do need it because once in a while the borough has to file something, it's nothing that we're paying for.
So let's do Acacia just in case. I think they were the only one.
They were the only ones, and they were,
Yeah, but we didn't file.
ACACIA, financial group.
Will there be any retainer, ongoing retainer for that, given that last year we never had any?
I don't think so.
No.
It's just that she was-
I made a motion?
So moved.
I think Deborah.
I'm not sure.
Second?
I second it.
Okay. Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Point of order, Mayor. I just want to confirm with our borough clerk that there was only one RFQ received for borough attorney.
I would have sent others if
Okay.
there were others.
Okay, I understand there were, that Jared Geist had also submitted an RFQ for borough attorney.
I didn't see it.
Okay. How did you receive them, in the form of just email or by mail?
Rosemary, would you confirm, please? Rosemary accepted them all, we put them all into the file. Everything that came in.
Well, he's here right now. Let's ask him. Did you submit for borough attorney?
Oh, that's it?
I did.
Yeah.
Did
So
you
we got your other one.
Did you combine, excuse me, did you combine them both? It was one, you know what I mean?
I had special counsel, I had...
They were separate.
I think 3 or 4 of them.
I saw the special counsel one, but I didn't see.
There was special counsel, there was prosecutor.
There was not one for borough attorney. Excuse me, we're not lying.
Well, the man's right here.
Why wouldn't we put it on there? We're still gonna vote for who we want to vote for.
Yeah, I would, I have been.
I mean, please.
I'll check my records, I did it in Department of so...
Okay.
I appreciate that before someone gets condemned.
No, I'm not condemning anyone.
No, you're not.
All right, so,
Members of the public are.
I've been in that office.
COA trust fund report preparer.
Mayor, you're skipping again.
Hold on a second. I'm looking off the list. My notes are on one and the actual meetings on another. So, annual meeting notice year 2020, the mayor and council of the borough of Englewood Cliffs have established their caucus and regular meeting dates for year 2020. The regular meetings will be held on the second Wednesday of each month unless otherwise indicated by Resolution 20-12 at 8 p.m. at the Municipal Building, 10 Con Terrace, Englewood Cliffs, New Jersey, the room that we're in right now. Caucus meetings will be held at 6:30 p.m. on the same night and place as the regular meeting. Action may be taken at either meeting, and I think I just read what the borough clerk was supposed to read, but it's been read. Okay.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
everyone check the dates. They're okay with them. All right. Sung,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, so administrator, we have an acting administrator right now. I don't support her reappointment. I would like to have it be advertised. I've mentioned that already. And again, this is just what I think the borough needs. No feelings, nothing personal, just what I think the borough needs, okay?
Do you need it?
So I would like to have an RFQ, which I had requested previously, and it wasn't done.
Somebody making a motion for that? So make a motion.
Second.
Pharaoh, Wu, RFQ.
To advertise, and to just have you as a holdover.
Okay. Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Sung,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
Oh.
Okay, compliance officer,
Is there an appointment for administrator?
I make a motion to appoint, Lizette Duffy for another year.
Is that acting? Doesn't say acting.
Why would it be acting?
well, there was no RFQ put out, so how can you actually be applying for it?
Did you put one out for Mrs. Steinell and Mr. Barbario, their second year?
Yes, we did, actually.
No.
We
No, you
actually
did not.
published, you were acting last year, so
Okay, there's a motion.
you never had an RFQ last year. Hold on a second, let's get this straight. Last year, there was no RFQ.
These are employees, not
There was no RFQ last year, you were acting last year, and now you want to jump in and be full-time. You need an RFQ for that.
not professionals,
Okay.
Mayor.
Right, no, you don't need an RFQ.
The motion on the floor in a second. This is when I
Who made
said
the
it didn't
motion?
matter
You're
before that
not
everybody
recognized. You didn't get recognized. You keep just making motions. You don't get recognized.
Who made-
I have to make a motion.
It's okay.
And who seconded it?
Who seconded I made the motion. I seconded it.
Okay, Councilpersons Wu,
No.
Sung,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So, the compliance officer position and the personnel officer position are filled by whoever the administrator is.
do you want to do
So we could do those together.
Actually, turn to the next page, there's 4. You want to do all 4 together?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Pending a proper RFQ in the future, which I know we will get this year.
okay, so it's compliance officer, personnel officer, insurance fund commissioner, and ADA coordinator. You want to do all 4 together?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the administrator's role.
Okay.
So moved. Lizette?
Second. Hold on, let me just,
These are non-paying positions.
Aversa,
At least that's what I'm talking
yes, Mayor, you were told correctly. All 4. Okay, Councilpersons Wu,
No.
Sung,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
No.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so for Power Trust Fund report preparer, I nominate Katerina Scancarella to serve another year. And just as a side note, you know, this woman does her job, okay? She actually doesn't bring her politics into the office. She does her job, and I like that. I can guarantee you she didn't vote for me, but she does her job, and that's all we want, people to come to work and do their job. So I admire that, I commend her for it.
Council, I need a motion.
So moved.
Second. Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Sung,
Yes.
Sabari,
Yes.
Pharaoh,
Yes.
Aversa,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Property Maintenance Officer, Art Sepulsa.
So moved.
Is he also the zoning officer? Any second?
Second.
We just do an all in favor? Sure. All in favor?
Aye.
Who's the zoning officer?
Gino Tesoro.
So, For zoning officer Gino Tesoro.
Not paid,
So
it's
moved.
not paid.
Not paid. Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
I'm sorry, Versa Sabari?
Prosecutor, I renominate Mark Raimondo.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? For public defender, I nominate Mario Bai. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, let's have a vote.
Well, I need a motion in a second.
So moved. Second.
All right, let's have a vote.
Wu? Councilperson Wu?
Yes.
Sung?
No.
Sabari?
No.
Farrow?
Yes.
Aversa?
No.
O?
No. Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to nominate Maria Bai for alternate public defender.
So moved.
We didn't advertise for that.
We didn't advertise for that position. Why don't you just make him the public defender?
I'd like to make him the alternate mayor. That's the motion.
Let me ask Borough Council if we have to advertise for that position.
Do we currently have an alternate?
No, it's usually it's usually the judge that recommends, typically. Will tell us to send out for an RFQ.
Yeah.
We could do it for the next
I
meeting.
think you should do it for the next meeting, so maybe amend your motion.
motion
to
Advertise?
Jill Cadre.
I'm sorry, this is for public defender? Just before we get off of it,
there's still a
do you want to make?
Yeah, I
amend it to-
amend my motion to advertise for RFQ for alternate public defender.
Okay, hold on, let me write that down. Okay, and who seconds it?
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Actually, can I amend my motion? Can I amend my motion to advertise for RFQ for both the public defender and prosecutor for alternates? Because we're going to need alternates.
Okay, so let's also add Borough Administrator to that advertisement.
You just appointed the borough administrator.
Let's not.
What did Councilman O ask for?
The motion is to put out for RFQ for alternate public defender and alternate prosecutor.
Okay, everyone in
second
favor?
Take a roll, please.
Okay. Councilpersons Wu?
No.
Sung?
Yes.
Sabari?
Yes.
Farrow?
No.
Aversa?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
For violation.
So we need a public
No.
defender.
Motion to appoint Jill Cadre, public defender.
Second.
Joe? Padre?
Jill?
Jill.
She's saying no.
Current.
Prosecutor.
Councilpersons Wu?
No.
Public defender, yeah.
Sung?
Yes.
Sabari?
Yes.
Farrow?
No.
Aversa?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So part-time position for violations clerk, Diane Froelich. She's our existing violations clerk.
need a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Recreation Director, I have no nomination for that. The council can take that. Council, do you have anybody that you want to recommend for Recreation Director?
Not at this time.
Was that advertised?
No, it was not. Would you like me to advertise?
It's an employee, it's not an
Correct.
RFQ.
Right.
It's an advertisement for an employee, right? Okay.
So I would hold off on that.
So then why is it on the list?
Because it's a yearly appointment.
He's not being reappointed.
Okay, so you have no one to nominate?
No, we didn't have it.
We can discuss that, ma'am, in the future.
All right.
We'll leave it open.
Can I suggest...
Mandello, is that a 30-day holdover or just not an appointment?
Well, it's not a professional position. I'm not sure if the rules are different for the employees.
the microphone, Mr. Mandello, we really can't hear you.
Yes. Thank you for the reminder.
Button push?
Yep.
It's right.
I don't know if the professional appointments are holdovers, but I don't know that the statute says that for non-professionals that are just regular employees.
Can you look into it?
Yes, I'll be happy to.
Can you go down the list, was that, which positions are employees? I feel like last year we had the same issue.
Where,
Just on this list, who the actual employees are.
You want me to start all over from the beginning?
Yes, please.
Okay, employees are the administration office, okay, construction code official, the prosecutor and the public defender, even though I send out by an RFQ, they are considered employees, part-time violation clerk, recreation, and going on to the next page. Public. Well, he wants to know all of them, correct? Okay. Recycling coordinator, fire prevention official, self-insurance fund, school crossing guards, police matrons, collection system sewer operator, and that's it. Does that answer your question?
And then, out of the ones that are employees, the only ones that get RFQs are the prosecutor and public defender?
Yes. Unless told otherwise.
Thanks.
For Shade Tree Commission, as I understand it, these are my appointments. For a 3-year term, Maria Valari. Thank you, Maria.
Hold on, go slow so I can write.
For a 2-year term, Kinga Zabecki. For a 1-year term, Gail Ehrenberg. And for a 1-year term, Carol McMorrow.
What was that for?
Shade Tree. For Environmental Commission, for a 2-year term, Yang Chang.
And same again
For a
as
3-year
chair?
term, sorry?
Same as chair?
Yes, Maria's the chair of the Shade Tree.
No, we're talking about environmental.
Yes. Yang Chang. Maria Elena Di Benedetto for a 3-year term.
Can we switch those? Make the chair the 3-year appointment?
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you can.
Ask the council.
Can we switch the member chair for a 3-year appointment? This way,
Why don't you find out what you can do or can't do before we do it?
okay,
I don't have a problem either way, but just,
all right. We need a third one?
I'm gonna keep that vacant for now. Well, actually, I'm gonna make Jacques Geyer the 2-year term.
Okay.
And it'll be, Maria Valari will be the alternate member. And, we'll keep a vacancy for the alternate.
Okay.
Unless anybody here wants to be on the commission, raise your hand. Katie, you don't want to do it, do you? No? Get the right stories. All right. Planning board, let me pull out my notes so I don't get this wrong. All right, so planning board, Francis Correa, class 4 member for the unexpired term of 2 years.
Is that,
She's taken over Ramon Farrow's position.
are you moving her up or hers expired?
I'm moving her. I think she expired.
It's on the list.
that's a class 4, Mayor.
Did she expire?
She's not on the list.
Then she didn't expire.
Okay. We're moving her up. J.P. Lee, class 2 member, 1-year term.
All right, so,
Ramon Farrow, class 3 member, 1-year term. Lauren Eastwood, thank you very much for being my designee. One-year term. Alternate number 1, Thomas Kim, unexpired term of 1 year. Alternate number 2.
Wait, what is it?
He left. It's Donald Wheat, unexpired term of 1 year.
Is that the list that I gave you?
I'll just leave this with you.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
It tracks.
So, okay, so Councilman Farrow, that was expired. J.P. Lee, he's fine. Councilman William Wu is Farrow.
Farrow was not expired, just,
Well, you're filling in a vacancy.
yeah.
Oh,
Francis
is it-
Correa is filling in.
Francis Correa is
She's filling in
taking
the class
my
4 vacancy.
position.
But where was she on before? So,
She's an alternate.
so you're moving her up. Is
Yeah.
someone else gonna,
You're the alternate. Thomas Camidala, you're the alternate?
okay, I can keep this?
You can keep that.
All right.
I have a copy.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll take a picture of it.
Recycle coordinator, Mark Neville, it's not a paid position.
No.
Motion?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
Fire prevention official, Joseph Cordulo,
So moved.
second. Anyone? Somebody second?
Joe Padula, it's a yearly, it's a yearly appointment.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Self-insurance fund, the insurance fund commissioner, we did that already.
No, this is Mark Neville,
That's Mark Neville, okay.
not paid.
It's not paid, it's an unpaid position, and Mark Neville also for insurance safety delegate. So 2 positions that he's now occupying. Give a motion.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
No.
You want to do school crossing guards, and police maintenance together?
ADA coordinator, you did that? That's you? Can we vote on that? You not ready to vote it, or we haven't voted?
No, we voted in the beginning. I put
School
them on.
crossing guards, okay, I'm just gonna list the 3 that we have.
The 4.
I'm sorry, there's 4. Barbara Henn, Alvin Kravitz, Rose Mastalone, and Hilda Wenz.
So moved.
Need a second? Second. Those are 1-year terms.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Police matrons, Barbara Henn, Rose Mastalone, Maribel Labrodi. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Collection systems, operator, sewer inspector, there's a typo there, Thomas Shop.
So moved.
And he's currently our
He's there now.
sewer inspector.
Need a second?
Second.
Let's just take a roll call in case it's needed.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No, is it working? So, council liaison for the Board of Education, Ramon Farrow. Chamber of Commerce,
We have to vote.
oh, you gotta vote?
No, no, you have to vote.
So, council liaison for the Board of Education, and nominate Ramon Farrow.
So moved. So moved.
I need a motion.
He just moved. Need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Farrow,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
O,
No. I make a motion to, appoint Jimmy Song to the Board of Education
Second.
As liaison to the board.
Liaison.
as a liaison to the Board of Ed.
Actually, if you want to go on their board, you can do that too. Second.
Councilpersons Wu,
It's fine, yes.
Sung,
Yes.
Sabari?
Yes.
Pharaoh?
Yes?
Aversa?
Yes.
O?
Yes?
Chamber of Commerce, I nominate Jimmy Song.
So moved.
Second?
Councilpersons Wu?
Yes.
Song?
Yes.
Sabari?
Yes.
Pharaoh?
Yes?
Aversa? O?
Yes.
Board of Health, I nominate Jimmy Song.
Make a move.
So, second.
Who moved it?
I did.
Councilpersons Wu?
Yes.
Song?
Thank you, but I decline.
Sabari?
No.
Pharaoh?
Yes?
Aversa?
No, if he declined, he said no.
O?
No.
Okay.
But for Chamber of Commerce,
But you did-
Board of Health, sorry. I'll nominate Ronald Farrow.
So moved.
Second?
Councilpersons Wu?
Yes.
Song?
Yes.
Sabari?
Yes.
Pharaoh?
Yes?
Aversa?
Yes.
O?
Yes.
I had a question on our borough depositories. There's a list here, and I see Bank of New Jersey. What do we actually do at Bank of New Jersey?
It's on the next list. These were recommended to us by our CFO, and it could be the escrow accounts that are at Bank of New Jersey. I don't know off the top of my head, but
Sorry, where are you?
who's this? We're not there yet. Right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Official newspapers, although I've referred to them as former newspapers in the past, but Katie's here, I like her, she's great. You actually got a story out on January 1st, that was interesting.
Can I add one more?
You were working on January 1st?
Can I add another newspaper?
I was actually there like 10 minutes before that happened. Another newspaper?
Yeah, because Northern Valley doesn't always, so I'd like to add Suburbanite. Is that all right?
Okay, you don't have your own newspaper yet, do you? No? All right. All right, we're gonna add the Suburbanite, it'll be
Thank you.
3. The Record, Northern Valley Press, and Suburbanite. So I would only do Northern Valley Press and Suburbanite if they agree that if there's already 5 newspapers in someone's driveway, they're probably not picking them up, so stop throwing them there.
That's more Northern Valley Press. I need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You know, I'm seeing now circular driveways with newspapers piling up on both sides. It's not
Mayor,
controlled.
police surgeons, do you want the same?
Yes, if we could have the following same police surgeons that we've had, and I thank them for their service: Dr. Gary Bonaccia, Dr. Benita Prajapati, Dr. Andre Zanecki, Dr. Salvador Laraya, Dr. Patrick Perrin, Dr. George Weinberger, and Dr. Jerome Bo Fisher. These are one-year appointments.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Local Emergency Planning Council.
I just did the titles to make it easier.
So these are my appointments. It's the mayor, the borough administrator, building inspector, fire chief.
Fire department, they could send someone.
The fire department sends someone in addition to the fire chief?
Yes.
Or can I pick who it is?
Sure. Want to pick one, Fred?
Yeah, Joe Chaffee Jr. Health officer, infection control, the police, a police captain. Although right now,
No.
all right, police captain, whoever it is, that the chief designates, police chief. Do I pick a police lieutenant?
No, it's
I can't pick up police lieutenant?
You can. It's your choice, man.
Okay. In that case, I'll
You don't have to do it now.
pick,
You have to do it.
I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, those are the titles. Let's just
Public
go to
safety,
these.
sanitary inspector, superintendent of public works, superintendent of schools, tax assessor, and it says comma damage.
Yeah, the tax assessors are for damages, not to assess homes.
And the tax assessor is damaged. Okay. So we're doing standing committees.
Everyone in favor? I'll just say it.
Yes.
Well,
No, I'm just saying it for this, the local emergency, I just said all in
okay.
favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Where are the project orders?
Later on, in resolutions.
Um,
That's what you said.
All right. So the standing committees of the council, I was handed something, I guess Debbie Sabari, who seems to be in charge, not Gloria, handed me this list through Lizette, first before the meeting.
I didn't hand you the list.
I know, I said
Actually, I was
through
asked
Lizette.
to type it from Gloria, so I typed it today.
Okay. So I received it right before the meeting from Lizette, she said you did it, so.
No, I didn't know.
Public safety, what's been listed here, is Ed Aversa as chair. I wanted William Wu, Jimmy Song's on there, and Debbie Sabari. I just think that because there's a contract negotiation, Ed, and you gave them such a terrible contract the last round, that we should have you not do this for us. And we should have William Wu negotiate with Jimmy Song and Ramon Farrow. I mean, I'm just being very blunt about it. It's just not a market contract that was given last time.
No, we disagree.
So moved.
Make a motion.
What are you making a motion for, Councilman?
Make a motion for myself, Ramon, and Debbie Sabari
Jimmy Song, right?
to be on the Public Safety Committee.
Take the roll.
He's got a second.
I second.
Okay, hold on, because,
That's Wood, Ferro, and Song.
Yeah, I think at the minimum, we should have additional representation on the public safety.
And who was the Barry? I mean, you guys are talking two different things here.
No, we're
Two
not.
different people.
You're actually hearing two different things. It's Wu Song Farrow.
That's not what Councilman Wu said.
It's okay. Wu Song Farrow. It's fine.
okay, who made the motion?
I did.
Who seconded?
I did.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Roll call, please.
Anyone opposed?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
No.
Farrow,
Yes.
Aversa,
No.
Oh,
No.
Can I just make a comment? I think this is the perfect case where we can be working together. I think this is a very important first start. We all know there's a very important issue on hand, which is the collective bargaining agreement. So, I get you guys rejected it, but I would suggest that we have representation, on both sides.
Yeah, and honestly, Ed, you had...
Just irresponsible.
I mean, you had the entire PBA going door to door on the Sunday before election, campaigning for you, and now you're negotiating on behalf of the borough against that same group. Where do you all think we're going to end up, people?
We did not have it.
So, Ed, you shouldn't even be on that, and neither should Debbie.
I make a motion to have me chair the committee, Jimmy Song, Debbie Sabari.
I second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Well, for anyone watching at home, it's true. They
It's
campaigned
not
for
true.
each of these people, and now these people are giving
Nobody
them their
asked them to
contract.
campaign.
And I respect police, I respect law enforcement,
Nobody
but
asked them to campaign.
they had your campaign pictures.
Nobody asked them. It was so realistic as a mayor that they felt the need.
No, they didn't actually.
Yeah.
You know,
Listen, there's a motion
there's
on the
always
floor,
a
second,
quid
can we
pro
move it
quo,
along?
okay? Quid pro quo. That's the way it works.
And you'll see, when Ed Aversa comes back with a non-market contract,
Yep.
Okay, good, so you'll have something to campaign on next year, too.
I'm done campaigning.
I'm willing to give it a shot, Mario.
I won, remember?
I'm hiding, I'm willing to
Term
give it a
limits,
shot.
Mayor. Term limits. Councilpersons Wu,
No.
You know, Ed,
Song,
it just doesn't look right.
Sabari,
Yes.
Farrow,
No.
Aversa.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Look, and I think overall, the police department has been doing a good job. With the new chief, there's a new level of professionalism, which I did not see for 4 years, okay? I didn't see it. And there's a heightened level of respect for the citizens, and I like what I'm seeing. We just hired 4 new police officers, and, you know, I'm glad we waited until the new chief came in to hire them.
I appreciate you giving me those kudos, Mario, for pointing the new police department in the right direction. I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much.
If you want credit, you could, we're all part of it, Ed.
I wasn't
So
in
you gave
charge
him
before,
credit
it was
for it
Bill
last
who actually
meeting.
was.
Well, Ed, you're also the guy that gave Chief Choppy $600,000 on the way out after I took it away from him.
Can we continue?
Councilman Aversa, I just want to ask, why not have representation on both sides for the Public Safety Committee?
I'm very comfortable with the committee that was just formed, so if you don't like it, Bill, I'm sorry, but you'll be more than, we will discuss it as we go along, and the decisions will be brought to the council, and you can make the decisions at that time.
Okay, can we,
Lighting.
Okay.
Can we
next-
move on
with lighting?
What do we have next? Next,
Lighting.
lighting.
Bless you.
I'd like to recommend Ramon Farrow, Councilman Farrow, for the chair of the lighting committee, and also recommend Ginny Song and Ed Aversa.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Transportation.
Gloria, what is transportation? You've been on this before. What have you done?
Transportation committee oversees the transportation that we provide to the citizens of, or at least the seniors in town. Mayor, you should know that by now.
I make a motion to make Gloria the chair, Jimmy Song and Debbie Sabari on that committee.
What committee was that?
Transportation.
I
Transportation.
need a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Buildings and grounds.
Make a motion for Jimmy Song and Gloria O and Debbie Sabari to that committee.
I'm just gonna let you make these, all right, because
Okay, appreciate
the people look tired, and, I'm not gonna outvote you anyway, and, quite frankly,
Thank you.
you're a joke, being the chair of the Police Safety Committee, so I wanna see more jokes from
I
you.
appreciate you very much, Mayor. Thank you very much. So that's building and grounds. We have a...
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, DPW, Chair Debbie Sabari, Jimmy Song, Gloria O. Make a motion.
Bless you. Who seconds it?
Gloria?
All in favor?
The finance, you have it wrong, it's Committee of the Whole. It's not Ramon Farrow and Committee of the Whole.
There's always been a chair.
Somebody has to
There's always a
chair.
chair, Mayor.
It is,
You know
we're all
that.
responsible, but we always
It's the
have...
Committee of the Whole.
There is a chair.
There's a chair.
And committee as a whole.
Committee as a whole?
Committee, no, committee.
Okay.
I'd like to recommend Ramon Farrow
Well,
for
let's
the
ask him if he
chair.
wants to.
And,
Can you find someone?
And second.
Well, do you want it or?
roll call.
I don't want,
Well, don't we have to make
He doesn't want it, so don't bother.
Does he not want it?
He doesn't want it.
Then I'll
What's the
take it.
reason
We
that
never
you don't
force
want
it.
it?
Debbie will do it.
Oh, what's the reason that he doesn't
Okay, so
want it?
Debbie, I expect
Mayor,
zero
I'm asking
tax
you a
increase.
question.
You realize, though, he's declining to be the chair. Okay? I'm going to continue.
It's lined off, it was twice already.
You know what?
I have to add all the
Find
things
it, but now we
to...
need an answer from...
If you check in there, I have quite a few things to...
That's fine.
So,
So Sabari is going to be the chair with the Committee of the Whole. Is there a second?
I make the motion.
All right.
Win the first.
Okay.
Everyone
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Recreation?
Recreation.
Recreation, Ed Aversa, Jimmy Song, Debbie Sabari.
Second?
Who makes the motion?
I did.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
All in favor?
No, everyone, yes, except...
recreation, right?
Yes.
Anyone opposed?
Are you for it or against it?
For it. Okay, so it's unanimous. That means you have to show up to all the events.
I always have, Mayor.
No.
The one thing I like is
Okay.
recreation.
Sanitation?
Jimmy Song, Gloria O, Debbie Sabari, make a
Second.
motion.
All in favor?
Legal, Gloria O, the committee of the whole. So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Beautification Chair, William Wu, Ramon Farrow, and Shade Tree Commission.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Recycling, Chair Gloria O, and Jimmy Song, and Debbie Sabari.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Are you, I'm sorry, Mr. Farrow, are you voting yes for these, or are you just abstaining?
No, I'm voting yes.
You're voting yes, okay. You didn't say...
By the way, on beautification, it's perfect that Ramon's on it, because, he was the one who actually took this photograph here.
And he did a great job with
He did a
it.
great job. If you remember, when I became mayor, we had all the mayor head pictures, the headshots out here, so everybody got to look at these headshots. And, you don't get much credit, and I don't get much credit for doing this, but it's much nicer to look at this. And Ramon actually went over to the cloisters and had to wait till all the barges cleared and got the right day, and I think he froze at one point. So, we still thank you, Ramon.
Historical Chair, William Wu, Jimmy Song, and Borough Historian.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Clean Communities,
Just so you know, Borough Historian is Al Lawrence, right?
Correct.
Al wants you to Borough Historian.
Correct.
Right, so, he's now on the Historical Committee as well as...
He has.
Has been. Clean Communities?
I made the motion, Ramon Farrow, Gloria O.
Well, why don't we have Wunsch just do Historical and stop being our attorney? Maybe we'll do better that way.
Okay, Clean Communities, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Economic Development, Debbie Sabari, Jimmy Song, Gloria O, and the Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
Sounds like a client development opportunity, Gloria.
Second.
All in
Second.
favor?
Aye.
Community Events, Debbie Sabari, Jimmy Song, and Etta Versa. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Agenda, Gloria O, Debbie Sabari, Etta Versa. So moved.
Second. All in
So,
favor?
as, you just want to mention, as the chairman of the meeting under New Jersey law, I decided to swear Ramon and Jimmy to the next meeting, they'll switch seats, okay?
Actually, we're gonna...
Yeah, no, sorry, NJSA 4860-5A. No, I chair the meetings.
The bylaws...
I chair the meetings. Those bylaws are not correct, because you're...
State otherwise.
No, they were voted, but they're wrong on that point. So I decide, you keep that up, you'll be sitting down there.
We just voted on it.
No. The New Jersey law permits me to...
What's the statute again?
NJSA 4860-5, A through E. I chair the meetings.
Yeah, you do.
And you know what? And actually, next time you will sit on a phone.
No, you can't do that either. I'm sorry. It's a good try, Mr. King,
We
but
will
you
arrange
can
this
do it.
meeting at the next meeting, Mayor, for you. Okay, don't worry.
So, resolutions, adopt 2020 temporary budget.
Do you want...
Can we do them all?
You want to do them all or anything? You wanted me to answer your question. I can find out about Redwood Meeting.
What do we do with Bank of New Jersey?
I think it may be the escrow accounts that are in the, residence escrow accounts. But I can find out and let you know for sure.
Well, because I think that it's not going to work with having them anymore, because they got merged into Connect One Bank.
Okay.
Well, that's not official.
No, they did a while
They
ago.
got merged. Bank of New Jersey is now Connect One Bank. Connect One Bank, chairman or whoever, is Joe Parisi. This
The
isn't
only
going to
thing
work.
is, if the escrow accounts are in there, it's going to take a while to move them out.
All right, so temporarily we'll approve it.
Okay.
pending-
And I'll speak to Chris, and I'll let you know. Is that all right?
I think there's a huge conflict in it, but we'll find out.
That's all right?
Find out for Wednesday, please? Next Wednesday?
That's fine. But I'll find
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
No,
Okay.
No, but I'll find out before. I'll find out on Monday.
Right to the second Wednesday.
We did it for the
Let me see, we got the list over here somewhere. Where is it?
So, our regular meeting is next Wednesday, the
Oh,
second
no, it's
Wednesday.
not, it's the 15th.
Yeah, we have it's on the, yeah. Should be in there.
It's the
It's
3rd.
on the calendar.
It's the 15th.
Oh, it does? Right, that's what I thought.
Can we do it next Wednesday?
No, that's the 15th.
I know, but can we change it to next Wednesday?
No, it doesn't.
What?
Are we doing these
It's supposed to be the second Wednesday.
Yes, but during the reorg, we give it an extra week so that no three meetings together and this is
Okay, so you want to do all these together?
You sure can. I make a motion to adopt all resolutions, 20...
Hold on, let him go.
Oh, okay.
These are all done by us.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read them. 25, adopt 2020 temporary budget. 26, signatories to sign payroll. 27, authorize signatories to sign payment of borough expenditures. 28, appoint borough depositories. 29, fixed rate of interest for late payments of taxes. 30, authorize tax collector to cancel checks. 31, authorize cash management plan. 32, authorize petty cash for the finance department.
So moved.
We're going to do it all in one.
Yep, so moved.
Second.
Or versa. And I will take a roll call. Councilperson Wu?
Yes.
Sung?
Yes.
Savari?
Yes.
Farrell?
Yes.
Aversa?
Yes, to all.
Oh?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion. This is the third time I'm making the motion to provide all correspondences related to affordable housing since November 2018, given that we haven't received anything between all council members, as well as our attorneys, between and amongst council members and our borough attorneys.
Is Cameron working on it?
I have not received anything. So is there a second to that motion?
I second it.
Do I have a vote?
Okay, I'm sorry, can you just repeat it again?
By the way, the lawyer you guys paid $130,000 for said that he doesn't have to comply with it because it's overly broad.
I'd like to make a
By the way,
motion
technically, my attorney also.
for all council members and borough attorney and our legal team, affordable housing legal team, to provide all correspondences related to affordable housing since November 2018 amongst and between council members and our legal team. And you can name them, including Jeff Serenian and Associates, Chisa Shahinian and John Tomasi and Albert Wunsch, as well as Nassau Capital Advisors.
So this is a different motion than was made the last meeting, so as you consider.
We don't need the commentary.
So can we actually ask our attorneys to hand over their inter-attorney?
You haven't done it. We've been here 3 months. You have not done this.
That's not true.
You haven't. I haven't gotten one thing, so don't
I
sit
have
there
asked.
and lie to the people.
Don't
Motion on the
scream at
floor,
me,
you can
Mayor.
take a vote, Mario.
Man, don't scream at me.
You can have it, what do you want to say? Keep on ranting and raving, get us in there.
The borough just spent $2.5 million for nothing, and you guys won't give us the information. So I just want to know who's getting
I'm trying to
kickback,
understand
where the
what
money's
you're
going.
looking
I've had enough, all right?
I'm going to say no just because you're a bully. I'm not dealing with you anymore. I'm not dealing with you anymore.
So go ahead, next.
Did you just
You're a bully. No, I'm purposely not going to resign now. just because you're nasty.
Well, you know what? It's gonna be your
You're
problem.
nasty. It's gonna be my pleasure.
We moved it already, Lizette.
Don't you worry, Maria.
Yes.
No, but we should follow the motion that we approved.
We should follow the Robert's rules.
You guys don't do it. Jimmy, you
don't
do it.
I told you...
You sit there, you do nothing, and then you guys go, we should just follow the motion.
Bully,
We're not doing anything.
No, you're asking me to provide invitation.
Yes. Stupid.
I asked Cameron to go ahead and send all my emails to you, Mayor.
Yeah, and she tells me not to give them.
No, because he's too busy dealing with all the Oprah stuff going on.
This is more important than the Oprahs.
How this information.
I said that.
I have asked him to do
We have to ask Cameron to search our email. Just go into your search bar, put in your correspondence, and give it to us.
All right, the vote's
The
on.
people are looking at you and they're saying, you are a liar, because you don't give it to us.
Keep screaming at me, Mayor, you're a bully.
Well, I'm not name calling.
You're a bully.
I never name call. I just
You're
tell you the way it
a
is.
All right, did you get Gloria's vote, Lizette?
Yes.
All right, no. Just
Yeah,
so
you
know, in
have
case
no
didn't hear
idea.
it. And Ramon voted yes in case you didn't hear him. I don't know if you did. One.
Well, here's what I want everyone to do. Understand that when we get a bad decision at the trial, this will be a basis for appeal. Because this judge knows,
That's what you're hoping
this judge
for.
knows that we're not getting this information, okay?
That's what you're hoping for.
All right, so are we done?
He doesn't like...
The motion to adjourn?
I'd like to make one more motion, Mayor, one more motion.
Second.
Mayor,
Thank you.
All in favor?
I'd like to make one more motion, Mayor.
Just, hold on. Before we say goodbye,
We're not adjourning.
I thought we just adjourned.
I said I was going to make another motion.
We made a motion. Why can't I stand?
She said she wanted to say something.
All right, go ahead.
no, I'll say it before, we end.
Okay, want the second motion? Yeah, because of our inability to receive information, I want to make a motion to terminate our legal team related to affordable housing, including Jeff R. Serenian and Associates, Shisa Shahinian, John Tomasi, law offices of Albert Wunsch, and Nassau Capital Advisors. And for you, Lizette, as borough administrator, to put out an RFQ for replacing the legal team.
Who seconds?
A second.
Councilpersons Wu,
Yes.
Song,
No.
Sabari,
Absolutely not.
Farrow,
Yes?
Aversa.
No.
Oh,
No.
Now can I go?
well,
Make a motion to adjourn?
I just wanted to thank someone. I wanted to thank, I think you all forgot to thank Chief Dramones, who ended his career as a volunteer firefighter in December 2019, so...
No one told me.
Okay.
So thank you for your service.
I
No one told me.
I want to thank, actually,
Who's the new chief?
Howie Mann. So thank you to Chief Dramones for everything that he served our borough and the attention he gave all our residents, and I look forward to working with Chief Mann.
Chief Ramones did a nice job under very difficult circumstances, and I appreciate his service. I am disappointed that no one told me.
I didn't know either.
It's crazy that no one would tell me. It's been over a month, right?
Mayor, I want to apologize to you. I was not aware until right this moment either, but as public safety chair...
Well,
I'll let you know.
Well, when did you-
excuse me, my children are volunteer firefighters,
So
and they informed me.
Here's the thing, right? You're the borough administrator.
I didn't...
I'm the mayor. You're supposed to tell me these things, okay?
Okay.
Thank you for walking into that one.
I didn't walk into anything. I found out, and I'm sharing it with you now.
When did you find out?
I just found out.
Can we just
There was a fire call in my...
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Whatever.
Second.
Thank you.
Every aye, aye.
All in favor?